You've eaten, and I'll try to keep us on awake and on topic. If I start to see you nod off, I'll call your name.
Call my name because you know I want to go.
Oh, I know you're going to be.
Because I don't want to disappoint you.
No, I don't want you to disappoint me either. That's Tina. Tina's going to do that for you, so don't you keep your seat. Tina's going to tap his head.
Okay. No, I got somebody behind me.
That's right. That's what we're supposed to do, right? We're supposed to admonish one another, right?
Right.
Wake up. No, I understand completely. Believe me, sometimes I'm up here and I start to think, I need to finish this up. Because I'm about to fall asleep. Something about eating and then coming back in here. Wait till it starts getting cooler outside and we have the heat on in here. We'll just have a nap for about 30 minutes before we start afternoon class. All right. Titus chapter, we worked on Titus chapter 1 last week, so we're just going to kind of move our way down the book, okay? Titus chapter 1. Last week we talked about the position of the eldership, right? We talked about eldership. And I appreciate a lot of people came up after services and said, I appreciate it because there's some things I'd always wondered about this. I was curious about this particular aspect and this particular aspect, and we were able to clear up some misunderstandings or miscommunications or whatever it might be. And listen, that's what we want. The whole point of studying is to learn. A lot of this we already know, but some of this is kind of, oh, hey, I didn't know that, and that's what we want to get. So if there's something we need to stop. And hey, could you clarify this point? Let me know because that's what I want to do. I want us to leave here more knowledgeable than when we came in. That includes me. Okay, I'm not an expert. I mean, I may have studied it maybe more than maybe most people, but that doesn't far from makes me an expert. So if you have some opinion or some viewpoint, let me know, and we'll talk about that. But we finished the idea of the qualifications for elders, and we saw the positive qualifications and the negative qualifications, right? There's negative qualifications. You can't be this. Say, for example, you go and you enlist in the Army. They're going to tell you, hey, there's not a particular height that you have to be, but there's a height that you can't be in order to serve in the military. In order to, say, for example, in order to be president, you have to be a citizen of the United States. Somebody can't make their way here from Spain and say, hey, I want to be president of the United States. Sorry, it's not going to happen. There are negative qualifications. You can't be this. However, there are some positive qualifications, and that's kind of where we finished up last week. That's what we talked about. He must be hospitable, a lover of good, self-controlled, upright, holy, and disciplined. And that idea of discipline, I think all the rest of them really are kind of summed up in the idea of discipline. It doesn't simply mean that he must exercise self-control, right? Because control of ourself, as far as our control, are we to be self-controlled or are we to be God-controlled? God-controlled. So the idea of being controlling or being disciplined means also that we're strong in the faith. So an elder cannot be swayed by false doctrine. And we talked about that a little bit when we talked this morning, right? About in Jude. We've got problems with people who are easily swayed. They're pulled away to false doctrine. Elder can't be like that. Elder's got to be one that stands firm. I mean, if there's any line of defense, if there's no other line of defense, it must stand with the eldership. If no other line. Okay. So anyway, we got through that, and we kind of finished there and finished up for the day. But let's start in verse 9. He says he must hold firm to the trustworthy word as taught. Now there's a key phrase there, right? There's a key phrase, and that's the idea. You must hold fast to the firm as taught. What does that tell us?